on, guys? It's your boy Alex West Collects here, bringing you another figure review. And today we're taking an Elite 94, which is new in stock and shipping from ringsidecollectibles.com. Don't forget to use promo code 4LIFE. It'll save you 10% off your order at checkout. So today we're looking at Elite 94. Just got this in hand today. We're going to do 4 figures within this one review. We're looking at Edge, Wesley, Nash Carter, and Mace. A lot of first time in the line elites coming out in this set, so very excited to see how they turned out. But this is a little crowded, so we're going to do it a little different how we do with the box reveal. So we'll start off with Mace. You can see the image on the side. Always love that big, beautiful image of the superstar. Taking a look at the figure itself, he does come with just some interchangeable hands. I'm kind of curious to see how the deco hits are on this figure. I know, I'll be honest, not the biggest fan of the Retribution figures if you watch my other reviews. On the other side, you get the nameplate. Taking a look at the back, you get the awesome image of Mace, other figures in the wave, and the read-up. Next up, we have Nash Carter. You get the nice image. Taking a look at the figure. I love the gear. It looks really toyetic. Can't wait to see what this figure really comes down with and how it really looks. On the other side, you got Nash Carter, the image, and the read-up. Moving on to his tag team partner, we got Wesley. Got the awesome image. Figure itself, again, looks very toyetic. These will pair really nicely together on your display shelf. On the other side, the nameplate. Also the image of Wesley on the back. And Edge is the next one. So you can see this figure. I'm actually curious to see, because this trench coat is supposed to be articulated. But I do notice the elbow pads are on the side of the packaging. So I wonder if that means it's a pain in the ass to kind of articulate it or move it. Or maybe it's really tight on space. But they did pack that on the side. Get the awesome image of Edge on the front. Get the nameplate. Get the read-up on the back. So anyways, that's all 4 figures in the packaging. Let's come back and we're going to review each one. And starting us off up first, so I figured it only made sense to do MSK together. And taking a look at the accessories they both do come with. So Nash Carter does come with 2 open interchangeable mic holding hands. Wesley also does come with the same hands, except he does have the hand tape painted on there. And you can see they both come with their MSK hand gestures. And while we have the vests on, let's bring them up close. You can see the paint deco on each vest is different for each character. So there seems to be a little more paint applications on Wesley's vest versus Nash Carter. You can see more of the green painted around where the black hoodie kind of lays. Some pinks and the blues. Really do like the colors. And these are, very toyetic figures. I feel like the white really does pop, especially with all the mix of these bright highlighted colors. You can see on the back, got the hoods molded on there. They are not able to, be pulled up over their heads, but it is molded on the vest. You can see some nice detailing to them. And they do remove pretty easy, I will say. Sometimes these Mattel vests can be a pain, especially with the kind of clasp they have on here, but they seem to close pretty easy when I slap them on. And if you want to take a quick look of the vest off of the figure, we'll also get Wesley's vest off while we're at it. Okay. Quick look at that. And again, if you want to bring them side by side. Let's get the figures back up. And we will start off with Nash Carter first. I do like the head scan itself. It does look really good. It's got a lot of tattoo details as well. I do like that extra added detail on there. You can look at the arms. On the side, on the forearm as well. Got the white wrist tape. Take a look on the other arm. Looks pretty clean. Really nicely done. Turn on the back of the tricep. Really do like how that came out. As far as his gear, you can see the same pattern continues on to his tights. Got the nice black with the green. Really does pop. I really do like the way that looks. Got MSK on the side. Same on the other side. He's got the black knee pads as well as the black kick pads. No deco on there as well. Looks really nice. Do like the way this came out. I really do like the scan, especially with the sculpting of the hair. Parted to the side. Looks really good. Now moving on to Wesley. Take a look at his head scan. I think the scan looks pretty good. One thing I'm gonna notice right off the bat, they used the bigger, I think this is the Fandango torso you want to call it. I don't think he's that jacked. I feel like this may have been not the best choice. I don't know. I have to look at some pictures, but I don't remember him being overly big. But I guess, you know, action figures are supposed to look more like the superhero kind of look. So maybe I'll give him a pass on that. But that's one thing I noticed right from the bat when I took him out of the box. But he also does have some nice tattoo detailing on there. You can see around his chest, on the shoulder, continuing back on the tricep. This still drives me crazy. I'm sick of these pegs being a different color. I wish that was white. It would look so much better on the figure. Look at the detail on the tat on his back. It looks really good. Continuing on his other arm. I do like the way that looks. So he does have his shorts. This, I'm going to say, is a new mold because I don't think Mattel has any figures with these type of shorts. So a little bit on the shorter side. Got a little kind of angle cut to it. Got MSK on the front. MSK on the back. I really love the colors on these figures. They just pop so nicely. He's got the shorter kick pads. Got the black painted on underneath. I do like that too. All in all, really good. Really like how these came out. So unfortunately, I don't have any other figures to compare them with, but it's nice to see some first time in the line. Next up, we're taking a look at Mace from Retribution. And if you guys have watched my other reviews of all these Retribution figures, I have not been, you know, I've been a tough critic to say the least. But we'll get into this figure as we go on through the video, and starting off with some accessories. So he does come with 2 fisted gloved hands. And here's a perfect example. So Wesley has a different color peg, but here you go. You got the full black peg. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Really frustrating with Mattel on that end. But moving on to Mace himself. Let's adjust the camera real quick. He's got this nice sculpted mask. And you can see it is removable. It's got that little crazy look going on underneath with the face paint, but I really do like how the mask came out. Nice detailing to that. Kind of reminds me of Cabal from Mortal Kombat, if you guys are a fan of that. Looks really good, and it does fit really nicely within the side of his hair, so doesn't seem to want to fall out. I really do like that design to the mask itself. So he's got the long, crazy hair. Continuing on the back. Some nice detailing to it. He's a big figure, surprisingly. I didn't realize Mace was that big. He's got the removable vest as well. You can see the nice detailing to it too. Got the kind of hood sculpted in there. And if you want to get that off of the figure. And just to note, these elbow pads, while I'm getting the vest stuck on it, are this softer new rubber material that they've been using on a lot of these newer Elites. So that is a plus 2. I see, this is one thing I pointed out in my other video. A lot of them seem to want to tear, so be careful. But anyways, taking a look at the vest off of the figure, you can see some nice detailing to it. Got Mace on the front, running around the back. Got some nice painted white on the openings around the collar. Really do like how that looks. And moving on to his torso. So he does have the cane torso. You can see some nice tattoo detailing on there as well. Taking a look at the back. We've got some tats on his shoulder. Really do like how this looks, actually. You can see some detailing on his tights. More around on his waist as well. He's got the plain black boots, but he does have these not molded, but they are loose, free-flowing kind of straps on there. I don't know how it adds something to it, but I'm not a fan of these. I feel like I wish stuff like this was more molded on there. This to me just seems like a kind of a workaround instead of using budget for new tooling. They just throw a piece on there, but I guess it works, and it is Mace. It's not like a big major character. Head scan looks a little doofy if you ask me. I kind of prefer him with the mask. I think that looks a little better. Let's kind of get it to sit a little nicer than that. Looks a lot better. You can see his eyes coming through as well. Not a bad figure. Again, have been a tough critic for the Retribution figures. I'll be honest, I don't have the others in my collection because I didn't really like how they looked, so I got rid of them. And I probably will not be keeping this figure. I just really got it for review purposes. I thought, like I said, I've said this many times, the gimmick was so short-lived, and it was unfortunate. You know, Mattel had these planned, and it just, the figure game is what it is. It takes a while for these figures to get produced. Obviously, a new sculpt for the mask, so this was something they couldn't really rush, you know, to production. And honestly, I don't think many people were really clamoring for Retribution figures. So, but that is a look at Mace. I do honestly feel like this is probably the best Retribution figure that they've made so far. And last but not least, we are taking a look at Edge. And honestly, I'm going to either hate or love this coat design. And I kind of think I've made up my mind with it already, but we'll get into it. As far as the accessories go, so you do get 2 open interchangeable mic holding hands. This one has the hand tape, also a little tape on the ring finger there. Another peg with a mismatching color. It just drives me nuts. Mattel, it can't be that hard to figure this out. I mean, it just can't. It's a peg. I wish it would be the same color and just, you know, match up, but it is what it is at this point. Hopefully they'll figure it out sooner than later. You do also get the elbow pads that come off this figure. They are the kind of maroonish color that we've seen before with the black painted on the pad itself. Here we go. So we've seen so many different attempts at these rubber coats. We've had the ones earlier on in the Mattel game where they were just hard rubber and they were impossible to get on and off. A lot of Edge and Undertaker figures were culprit to that when they first were released. Then we got the new design with the Ultimate Edition figures where the arms pop out and you can put like a molded coat on there and get some articulation. And of course, we've seen the cloth coats with a lot of different figures over the years. So now the new design they're coming up with, and they use something similar on the Seth Rollins jacket where you can bend the arms. This one, you cannot bend the arms, but you can articulate the arms up and down. You can see the slits in there. And the arms really do pop off kind of easy. But if you wanted to hit Edge in his iconic pose in this rubber coat, I will say it doesn't look as bulky. You know how the other ones, the older ones, used to look like a penguin? Really bulky and just stiff. Needless to say with that, I don't like this at all. I think it looks stupid. I don't even want to commend the attempt. I just feel like enough with these coats. They don't work. I know you want to squeeze it in there to meet budget. I get it. I get why they're doing it. This doesn't solve anything to me. Look at how stupid that is. The sleeves come off, and now it looks like he has a vest. And, you know, I like to keep it honest with you guys. And respectful, of course. I'm not trying to crap on Bill McKenna or any of the Mattel guys. You know, they're really doing some hard work and just trying to come up with new ideas. They keep trying to make these rubber coats work, and they just don't. There's no need for them. If you're going to use it, just give us the regular rubber coats. You know, I mean, I don't really need to articulate him with his arms up and be excited about that. To me, just, I don't know. It just, yeah, like I said, it just doesn't work. You can see the jacket does have some designs to it, and this is a very soft, rubbery type material. Not like the sleeves that we've seen with the interchangeable arms. I feel like that's just the way to go. I don't know why they can't include interchangeable arms on Elites and call that their accessory. I mean, maybe this wasn't the wave to put Edge in if this was the route you were going to go, but I don't like it. And again, this does pop on. You can see the seams on the coat itself. But taking a look at it before we get rid of the coat, you can see the different designs on there. Got the Canadian maple leaf design on the back, rated R. Some nice detailing to it, nice sculpting. This is what I'm saying. This coat will look so much better with something like the Ultimate Edition. Just let me swap out the arms, and there you go. You get a nice Edge in the white with the coat, and, you know, just more articulation to it, and you can pose it, and you can, you know, just do a whole bunch of different things with it for figure photography. I just feel like it was wasted with this Elite. But remember, these heads are interchangeable, so pop it off. Probably make it easier to get the coat off. And we will slide this off. Again, there's the coat. Will not be using that for any display. Let's get his elbow pads on, because I feel like the figure just doesn't look complete without him. Slide these bad boys on. And you know, the white, when Edge wore this gear, I was like, wow, that looks so awesome. Really did pop. And you can see the tattoo work. I guess I should have shown that before I put the elbow pads on, but we'll slide him down. You can see his arm tattoos. These came out really nice and clean. Got one on the forearm as well. Same on the other arm. Pull the elbow pad just down slightly. You can see that. Same on the forearm. So I do like how those came out. And you do get the rock-on hands, and these also have the same paint with a ring finger and the hand tape. I'm actually going to throw on the other interchangeable hands while we're at it. Okay. And this is basically a repaint with that Elite 83 edge. Sorry if I'm butchering the series. I'm just losing track. Same kind of pattern, repainted. Got the nice design on his tights. I love that edge logo. There is some inaccuracies. I know if you look at the figure or the actual gear, I think he had a little more design to it on the front. For some reason, Mattel, I don't think they could make it or what. I don't know if it was a copyright issue or what. But if you do look at the actual gear, it is missing a few details to it. But nonetheless, not to take away from the figure, it looks really nice. Look at the kick pads. And look, I get it. I see all the detailing that went in this figure and why they had to include this. But I don't know. Maybe give us an Ultimate or something. I don't know if that was something maybe you guys would have wanted to see. I know a lot of us were a little underwhelmed by the Edge Series 8 Ultimate figure. I feel like could have been a little better. I did like that figure, but there were some things that could have been a little better about it, and I'm sure the next Ultimate Edge we get will kind of, close some of those gaps that we did have with the last Ultimate figure. But you take a look at the head scan. So we do get a more kind of gritting, pissed off Edge with the bigger beard. Unfortunately, he cut his hair now, and not really feeling his new Judgment Day gimmick. They actually just kicked him out of his own group recently on Raw. See, it's supposed to be like the wet, slick back hair. I don't hate it, but something about this head just seems a little off to me. Not my favorite Edge head sculpt, but I could definitely see a likeness to it. Not going to complain there. He does also have the double jointed pinless elbows, if we didn't point that out. But anyways, let's jump to some Edge comparisons. So here we have the Ultimate Edition Series 8 Edge on the right, and one of the most recent Legend figures. I thought it'd be nice to bring this one in to compare the kind of white, tight look for a flashback Edge versus a modern day figure. And here we go. This is exactly what I was talking about with the coat. You can see how much better the Ultimate Edition was executed to give us some more posability with the arms versus this coat we got with the puffy removable sleeves, which, personally, I just don't think worked that well. I feel I'd rather go the route of either going the Ultimate Edition with the interchangeable arms or going with a soft goods design jacket. And in case you guys wanted to see, I did have another Ultimate Edition with the other alternate head on Edge. If you guys wanted to get some comparisons side by side. And, this figure wasn't bad itself. I wasn't crazy about the torso choice with this. And, I wish we can get an Edge with some chest hair already. I mean, his physique looks phenomenal. So, I guess this kind of fits the bill more than this smaller torso. But again, I do wish he would have had the chest hair included on that. But you can see the variation on the tights. Very similar. Both look really nice. I really do like the white especially, man. Just his designs really pop a lot more mixed in the maroon. But the Ultimate Edition is nicer. Is pretty nice too. I think if I had to pick for modern day Edge, this is still my favorite figure out of the ones that Mattel has released so far. I thought this would be kind of fun to see. So I took the Elite 94 head and swapped it onto the Ultimate Edition figure in case you guys are wondering what it looked like. And I kind of dig it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Do you like it? Do you think it adds a little something to the figure? Or do you like it better on the Elite body? And before we wrap up here, if you guys haven't already, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. Don't miss out on any more future reviews. Hit that subscribe button, turn on those notification bells, and make sure to check them out here first. Generally, I'll have these figures before anyone else does, and I really try to pump out the reviews as quick as possible. So if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button down below. It really does mean a lot, and it will help me continue to grow this channel. And as far as these figures go, we'll start off with Mace. So I don't want to beat a dead horse. I've said over and over again I wasn't a big fan of the Retribution gimmick. I will say this is my favorite Retribution figure that Mattel has done. I really love how Mace came out. I like the details of the mask and the hair. The gear, pretty simple black, but not too bad. I like his tattoo applications on there as well. If there was one major complaint, I'm going to say I'm not a big fan of that head sculpt. It just looks kind of doofy. MSK, this is another group that, first time in the line, and I think Mattel knocked it out of the park. There's one complaint, and this is nitpicking. I think Wesley's torso is a little too big, But other than that, I love the gear. It really does pop. I love the colors. I love that you get those beautiful interchangeable hands. So no other complaints on MSK. Highly recommend that set. And Edge, honestly, I'm underwhelmed. I was really looking forward to this gear. I really did think the white gear was gonna pop and look awesome on the shelf, but something about the head scan looks a little off to me. And you know what? He looks kind of incomplete when you remove the coat, and I hate the jacket. There's nothing I like about it. I don't want to see that design ever again. I'm sure they will use it because they've spent the money on the tooling, but it just, I don't know. Again, it doesn't work for me. I feel like it's a cop-out of a way where you try to get around the budget and, you know, kind of throw in a coat to kind of fit the bill, but it just doesn't. It doesn't really work for what we're trying to achieve here. I feel Mattel has really stepped up their game over the years, and this is kind of something where, I don't know, just seems kind of cheesy to me. But you know, with this being the second video of the wave of Elite 94, I did want to bring in the rest of the figures, so we will kind of scale them in. We'll bring in the British Bulldog, and we did have 7 figures in this wave, so we will be ranking these guys from my least favorite to my favorite, bringing Bret the Hitman Hart. So here we go. My least favorite figure from the set. At number 7, I'm going to go Mace. For everything I said before, not the biggest Retribution guy. At number 6, I'm going to go Edge. Again, I just went on that whole rant about the coat, so it is what it is. At number 4, and not that these are bad figures, but not ones I was as excited for, but I think you can interchange them between 4 and 5. I'm going to go MSK. Both Wesley and Nash Carter are really great figures, but I'm more of a flashback guy, and these next 3 figures really hit a soft spot in my heart. So at number 3, I'm actually going to go the British Bulldog. I love how that figure came out. I love the soft goods cape that he comes with versus the Elite 39. If there's a few nitpicks, I'm going to say the head scan, not that it's bad, but it seems like it doesn't have that added effect with the True FX. Kind of looks very similar to the Elite 39 head that we got before, but nonetheless a solid figure. I'm happy to have it in my collection. At number 2, I'm going to go Stephanie McMahon. I know a lot of people are complaining. I posted some pictures on my Instagram saying she's too short. I think she's fine in scale. The other Stephanie figures I use for comparisons, she has high heels on, so obviously she's going to look a lot taller, but I absolutely love this figure. This is the most definitive Stephanie McMahon to me, and that head scan, in my opinion, is spot on. Some people may disagree, but I absolutely do love it. And a surprise, I didn't think I was going to love this figure as much as I do, but the Elite 94 Bret Hart is my favorite figure from this set. I threw on the leather jacket, and man, this just looks so badass. I really do like the more that I kind of messed around with this over the last few days, I really do like how the new color on those shades look. Just kind of completes the look. I do hope to get the Chase figure eventually. But anyways, that is my review. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you are interested in purchasing Elite 94, they are now shipping from ringsidecollectibles.com. Don't forget to use promo code 4LIFE. It'll save you 10% off your order at checkout. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at AlexWestCollects. I'll be posting a ton of figure pictures. Definitely a lot of news and reveals on there as well. Different types of pre-orders. So stay tuned there for all your news and updated figure picks. But anyways, I'll catch you guys on the next one.